The world is changing all the time, and companies are changing along with it. As trade becomes easier across national boundaries, companies expand their business to operate in various countries whilst managed from their home nations. These companies become known as multinational companies, or MNCs. An MNC is a business organization whose activities are located in more than 2 countries. It is important to note that although they operate in various countries, multinational corporations are managed from their home countries. But how does this affect the workers and their rights in the home country and in the new countries? And how does this affect you? The rules of the various countries in which an MNC operates are often different. And if you're in a distant country, how do you bring your labor issues to the head office to be addressed? Of course, the first thing that happens is that the collective bargaining power of the workforce can be undermined. With different countries and different laws, it is difficult to get all parties to agree on the issues. Sometimes the move outside of the home country is worse for the workers in the home country, and sometimes it is worse for those in the new countries. The reason for this is that sometimes the country in which the MNC opens has laws that allow unfair labor practices and work to be moved away from the home country. So what can labor and the unions do about this? The best way to ensure that fair practices continue to be followed by employers is to join together with organized labor from other countries to form a global union federation, or GUF, and sign an agreement called a Global Framework Agreement. A Global Framework Agreement is an agreement between the MNC and the labor unions that requires the MNC to commit to social dialogue and ensure that workers are able to organize and represent their interests. What do GFAs do? A GFA, because it is global, can create democratic industrial relations and improved working conditions across all countries in the MNC's operations. This creates fair and equal practices for all workers, regardless of where they may be. GFAs allow for the opening of space for organizing and for dialogue where none existed, providing a starting point for negotiations. They are a tool for creating room for negotiations with management at national and local level, strengthening the position of labor unions. They build union networks and help organize the works in MNCs, their subsidiaries, and their suppliers. Trade unions can supervise that national labor laws are followed by the MNC and bring any violations to the attention of the corporate head office. They also become a monitoring mechanism to make sure that corporations adhere to what they signed in terms of living up to their social responsibility commitments on the ground. Let's look at a global framework agreement in practice. In 2010, Shoprite Checkers signed a global framework agreement with UNI Global Union, a global trade union federation in the services sector, incorporating 900 unions with 20 million members worldwide. For the unions throughout Africa, this global agreement has strengthened organizing rights. The agreement commits Shoprite to adhere to basic employment rights in the workplaces. Some of the rights agreed with Shoprite are recognition of all employees' basic right to establish and join trade unions and employee representations, commitment to social dialogue with trade union representatives regarding key issues affecting their members, no discrimination against union members, recognition of the right to collective bargaining, no use of child or forced labor, and the retailer shall employ workers on the basis of their abilities and qualification, regardless of the skin color, sex, religion, citizenship, and social origin. Shoprite Checkers benefits by maintaining improved relationships with labor and an improved public image. The agreement binds the unions to avoid engaging in non-procedural industrial action. Shoprite Checkers and UNI Global Union commit to work together to resolve any disagreement regarding the effective implementation of the principles of the global agreement. If any of the affiliated members of UNI engage in any form of strike, UNI will take steps to organize solidarity for the respective union and will also attempt to mediate to normalize the situation. Both UNI Global Union and Shoprite Checkers also commit to adhere to local labor laws. UNI agrees that its officials, members, and/or representatives may only attend on such premises with the prior written approval of the relevant country manager. Continuous open dialogue between management and trade unions is key, as it grants unions the opportunity to reach agreement on what issues to include in GFAs. Global framework agreements are an effective tool for organizing industrial relations and strengthening the influence of labor movements. Therefore, it is important that unions sign strong agreements to increase the potency of GFAs as a way to reach economic and social change beneficial to workers.